what's going on? It's
TJ
and Max, and we're here to talk about the movie
The Odyssey.
because I was definitely
You
about
was
to say
about
Obsession.
to botch the hell out of that.
I'm so glad you stepped in when you did because I was really going to say Obsession. But we're going to talk about the Odyssey. We literally just came out the theater not that long ago, so everything's going to be coming right off the dome.
No notes, no nothing. Just
No
straight
notes.
up.
We probably
off
should
the
have
top.
taken some notes. It was a really long movie, so there's probably some details that we might miss and things like that.
Most likely.
But
honestly.
yeah, I guess we'll
2
talk about
hours, by the way. 2 hours at least.
2.5. Probably 2.5.
2.5.
It felt like a long movie, but at the same time, I was.
But it was good. I never got bored of it.
Yeah, no,
I personally never got bored of it. Oh. I could not hear without my subtitles. If you're going to watch that movie,
that is true.
You need your damn subtitles.
That is very
all
true.
I'm going to say.
We saw the movie in the format was Dolby AMC Dolby Atmos, so they just renovated one of the theaters in our local theater, and I will say, really loud. You felt the movie. I don't know if this is like a Christopher Nolan thing, or maybe every time I go to see a Chris Nolan movie, it's always in some type of format. Because now that I remember, Oppenheimer
was
you saw that in
70
RPX.
millimeter. Yeah, 70 millimeter, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, I didn't see that one. I saw it in RPX, so that was still like.
I've seen it in 70 mil. Damn, that hurt. I've seen it in 70. They also actually had this movie in 70 millimeter as well. I'm probably saying it wrong, but they had it in that format too. He tends to have a lot of formats with his.
I guess that means IMAX.
No, 70 millimeter is completely different. It's a form of film, actually.
Oh, you mean like old time film?
I don't know the exacts of it actually.
So you saying 70 millimeter, like
because you saying he has different.
And
you go to film. You went to film school. I thought you would have known it.
You don't know about no 70 millimeter. Like, we know old classic film, but I mean, we don't know. I don't know what the name of it is. We probably were talking about it. But
I only knew about it recently as of Oppenheimer, honestly. I didn't even know about any of that until Oppenheimer. And that was another Christopher Nolan film.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Seems like these Christopher Nolan movies, I'm seeing it in a different format, or like in an enhanced format aside from the standard format. So either way, it was really like you felt the movie. Like when they were boating in the ocean, you felt the wave. Like it made the entire theater shake and everything was rumbling. Like you felt the rough waves crashing on the boat and everything. And it was really, really immersive.
It was.
So I guess how we'll format this review is we'll just generally give our thoughts about what we thought and not necessarily say anything specific. And just keep it more or less general. And then if we want to do something like spoilers, we can do that.
We'll just leave it general. Leave it as it is
for now,
just so I can get like.
So we can get a feel of how because this is new. This is new for both of us. Like, y'all know, we both have our own separate channels, by the way. He has
Raj and TJ right down in the description below. You can find me right there.
That's right. And I'm just Maximus with the little special eye. Boop.
Two dots on there.
Yeah. So
if you ain't gonna say it right, don't say it at all.
That's right. Y'all know I be doing movie reviews, so it's just different because we're doing it together. So.
I guess we can start off with the casting for the movie. I personally think this had to be my favorite. And to be fair, I haven't seen a lot of Matt Damon's performances, but this one definitely had to go up there for me when it comes to Matt Damon. Like, the last time I can remember him was, like, from Thor Ragnarok, Thor Love and Thunder, where he's playing, like, the little stage Loki.
Oh.
And so I just remember him off of that. Yeah, that's the only thing I remember from. But from this movie, it was just his character, Odyssey, was like very captivating, very, very a character you really wanted to know everything what he was doing. Really, like anytime we was off of him, I was just like, all right, so when are we gonna get back to Odyssey? Because I wanted I really just wanted to see that character specifically. And the times where we had his son was played by Tom Holland, by the way. I don't remember his name, though. That's the problem. And this is why you need subtitles. Because I didn't remember that name at all.
But they only said it like a couple times.
Right. But it's like,
I know the wife's name was Penelope. But I don't remember the son's name. They only said it literally like a couple times in the film.
Yeah, and it's like I did not remember his. Tom Holland's character was like briefly there in that movie, but they really didn't do anything much with him. But
I mean, they didn't need to. This was Odysseus' story. This is Odysseus' journey from leaving home,
the siege of Troy,
and coming back.
Mm-hmm.
And everything that takes place politically back home. What is it? Euphrates? I forgot. Something with an E.
Interest?
I don't remember. But yeah, back in their hometown, there was just a whole bunch of political things going on because they didn't think that Odysseus was going to come back home. So there was things going on. That was Tom Holland's and Penelope, that storyline there.
Right.
While we were getting Odysseus' story as to where he's been or what's going on his end.
And what happened after said siege of Troy.
Right.
Rather than just going specifically off of what was happening inside Troy and what happened there. It's like, what was the beginning? What was the end for? What happened after the victory? Why didn't you get home sooner rather than later, you know?
Well, I don't know. No, we do. We know that this, for the most part, was a novel. This was a book. The Odyssey was a book. And I never read it, so I don't know what to nitpick from the book and the movie, because obviously things are always done differently from the book and movie interpretations. So I'm just going off of the movie experience and not necessarily comparing it from the book into the movie, because I've never read the book and I have no idea. But I mean, as a movie, I believe that this movie was really, really great in terms of world building, in terms of its characters, in terms of just really building up a scene too. The scenes in this movie, the set pieces was just, I really think it was 10 out of 10, to be completely honest with you. I am not a person that needs everything to be historically accurate, especially being that this movie has gods and monsters. When everything involves gods and monsters, sure, it's nice to have a little bit of portrayal because it's a Greek world and stuff like that. You want to see Greek people just to give it that extra, I guess, care, but it doesn't matter here. It's like, to me, I think everybody does what they have to do. You still get a good story. You get good performances. Like, the cast doesn't take away from the movie, like with the portrayal of being white, black, gray, orange, yellow. It's fine. I think it was passable. Didn't bother me. It didn't take me out the film. I was still immersed. I was still engaged. So overall, I think, yeah, this movie was really great. This movie was surprisingly good. Like, the trailers, I think, for this movie didn't really do it justice. One, because I didn't know anything about the Odyssey, the book. So I'm sure people that did know about the book probably was more interested when they saw the trailers. But for me, when I saw the trailers, I didn't understand what was going on. Like, I just know that it was just Tom Holland saying, my father's coming home. And I'm like, okay, I guess he's out doing whatever, but I don't know what he's doing. And I just didn't understand the dynamic of whatever story they were trying to tell. But seeing this movie, everything comes together really well. Because things are not, it's not in first place, second place, third place order. Sometimes they'll have the beginning and then take a little bit of what's happening closer to the end to then tell things that are going on in the middle. It sounds complicated, but it works. It works to the point where you're able to understand. It's not a difficult, I guess, formula that they put together. You're able to follow along with the story that's being told, and it's very entertaining. I still think one of my favorite scenes from that movie was the scene where with the Trojan horse. With the Trojan horse, and from that point on, with that entire scene in Troy, I loved it. It was fantastic.
No, they had very beautiful scenes, honestly. Like there was no time in that movie where you really didn't feel like you were in this world or like this world actually felt lived in, like it happened before. Like it really felt like it was brought out in the best way that it possibly could. And honestly, I can agree where when it comes to the specific Trojan horse scene that you were referring to, that was really good. It was honestly definitely one of the best scenes. Me personally, I would have to say more towards the end with the whole ending conflict that they had in the movie. That was just really good action that it had in it. There were a little bit of too much cutting for me, but it wasn't the blurry type of cuts where you don't even know what the hell's going on inside that entire fight. But and it did it perfectly, showing off um the dispute between Matt Damon's character Odyssey, and everything going on. Odyssey, right?
Who you talking about? What?
His character's name,
Odysseus?
Odysseus. There you go. Odysseus. Damn, these names.
Odyssey.
These names are just, oh man. But yeah, with him and his fight that he was going on, and then when you have his son and his son's own fight that they had going on, I feel like it just that entire scene was just really well done, honestly. And again, you can just feel every punch, every stab, every arrow thrown shot out, and it just really was a really nice scene, honestly. And especially how it ended. Right. Especially how we was in that theater, we was like, woo!
I was happy with the resolution. I thought that it was a really good story. It was just a really good story to me.
And the pacing was really good.
It was. I was not bored. I was very thoroughly entertained. And this was a long movie. This was like 2.5 hours, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe two hours or 2.5 hours, somewhere between there. Because it did feel long, but at the same time, I was not bored. I was entertained. I was engaged. I always wanted to know what happened next. I wanted to know what was going on with Odysseus. I wanted to know what was going on with his son and his mom. I don't know who that character is. The character that they like to show in the posters, because they don't show a lot of Odysseus in the posters.
Really?
They show the guy with the commander.
Oh, the commander.
With the thick armor with the
I was just looking him up.
Brolic mask, and he's just ore farming throughout the whole entire movie. But
King Agamemnon.
King Optimum.
Agamemnon.
Got it. King Optimum. So King
Agamemnon.
Agamemnon.
Separate it like you're in school.
Agamemnon. Agamemnon. King Agamemnon.
There you go. Agamemnon.
Honestly, I don't know anything about the Odyssey. I don't know if they have a story about King Agamemnon. But I really want to know more about him because he's like, I just like characters like that. He was a man
crazy
of little words. He even fight.
That man walked, and he said, "Y'all gonna know who I am," because he looked nothing like anybody else inside that army at all. He if you were to sit there and you were in a war and you was fighting and you was looking for the commander or the captain,
you would know it's him.
You would immediately, you'd know that's him.
The design for his costume, I wish we got to see it more in action and just more in general. But I really want to know more about that character. I can't even lie. I don't know if there is more on him, but he's just, I like his look. I like his aura.
It's very menacing. Yeah. It's like you don't even want to try messing with him. Like I'd rather deal with Odysseus than to deal with him, honestly.
Who is this?
Odysseus?
Odysseus.
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 I'm gonna botch that name this entire review.
It's
I'm
okay.
just
We
saying.
watched King Agamemnon.
You still said it wrong.
Agamemnon.
Agamemnon. There you go. We're just gonna watch every name. And Greek names are very hard.
It happens.
The Greek names are very hard to sit there and remember.
I'm thinking.
But, yeah. Very menacing. Aura farmer like crazy. And honestly, if we had a story about him, I wouldn't mind it either.
Oh, absolutely. And the other thing, I don't know if I said this already. I probably did, but if I didn't, I'm just going to say it again really quickly. The world building in this movie was just absolutely great. It felt believable. This felt like a lived-in world. Because in certain aspects, they took their time when it came to being in certain locations and kind of fleshing out that area just a little bit, like the scene with the animals. I don't want to say.
Oh,
that was kind of
okay.
But like, yeah, they stayed there for a little bit. There was a bit of a story that unfolded there, or when they got stuck on the other island with the sheep, and there was just a whole thing that involved. It's like they took specific parts that in hindsight,
side stories.
It could have been like really small, but they took these small moments and dragged it out, I guess, to build that connection that the soldiers kind of have together and how they operate in certain situations. And I think that was just really well done. Really well done in terms of world building, well done in terms of just the action. It just felt very real. Even though, like I said, we're dealing with gods and monsters, and, you know, in that sense, it's already kind of like not real, but this movie makes it feel real. Everything looked good. Like the CGI, when it did come, actually, I think they said that they did more practical than CGI. But if they did do CGI, it was really hard to notice, and everything just looked really good.
And they didn't,
from a visual aspect.
To be fair as well, any CGI scene they had, if we go back to that island scene, they hit it basically.
I think that was practical.
With that witch.
Oh,
remember, they was hiding a lot of it.
They were, because I think they really just wanted to hide minimum CGI just to not, let that be something to talk about. But, I mean, it still looked kind of practical. That's what I'm saying. It just looked really good to the point where it's like you can't really tell, and it's just this movie. I recommend this movie to anybody that has. I mean, well, I can't say for the book readers, but as a moviegoer, if you like epics, movies, action, story,
Christopher Nolan,
this is a good one. I'll say, I've seen a few Christopher Nolan movies. I've seen Tenet. I've seen Dark Knight Rises. I've seen, or is it just the Dark Knight? It's Dark Knight and Dark Knight Rises.
He did all three.
All three. Oh, okay. I've never seen Batman Begins. But Dark Knight, really great. But this has to be one of my favorite Christopher Nolan films. I was okay with Oppenheimer. That movie just moved a little bit too fast for me. The music was too loud. I was like, I can't hear. Yeah,
it felt too slow for me at times.
It was just cut after cut after cut. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Wow, we are really accelerating with this. And then next you know, it's like we're in a scene with the girl, and then we got Albert Einstein, and it's like, oh my gosh, what's going on? And it's just the music. The music just didn't even match with the movie for me, and I was just like, oh my gosh, it's so overwhelmingly loud. I cannot hear what the characters are saying. I did not understand half of the movie.
That's fair. Getting off topic.
I am so sorry, but The Odyssey, I think, so far, is one of my favorite Christopher Nolan films.
I would have to say it's definitely one of my favorites for sure. I feel like I have to go back into my Christopher Nolan book and see how many movies I've seen through him. But if I'm just going off the top of my head, it's definitely in top 3 because obviously The Dark Knight for me is definitely number 1 for Christopher Nolan for sure.
Dark Knight is really good.
100% sure.
Honestly, that's why I can't use it's one of, because it's kind of tugging. But I mean, at least you already hit a soft spot for me when you touched on the Greek mythology, because I like Greek mythology, I like that world, and
so much actually. Really
the fact that I was able to understand a lot of things that was kind of happening in terms of like the gods and certain monsters and connections and things. I just enjoyed it just a little bit more, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. If you have prior knowledge of Greek mythology, I think you'll enjoy it. Even more so. What I can say is don't expect every god, every mythical creature to show up in this movie because they don't really do it. For more so, if they want to like talk about said character, they do more talking than showing. Basically, they do more talking than showing when it comes to certain gods and stuff like that. So what I can say is don't expect too much to see gods and stuff like that inside the movie.
Yeah, because the way that they be talking about Zendaya, you think that she be the main character in the show or in the movie, but she's there for like what, 4 minutes total?
4 scenes.
4 scenes, 4 minutes total.
Scenes.
Yeah, so it's a long movie, so
and you barely seen her, but nonetheless, that doesn't diminish how good this movie was.
Right. No,
even without seeing any gods and stuff like that, it did not diminish it at all.
Strong performances all around. Honestly, I know everybody's kind of talking about how Travis Scott fits into this world, but honestly, not bad.
I did not know he was going to be in this movie. That is all I'm going to say. Take my expression based off of just me saying that. I did not expect him to be in that movie.
I was just saying not bad.
I did not expect him in that movie. That's all I'm saying.
I was like, okay. We because once again, from the sound design, they made you feel all like impact.
Every battle scene.
Punch and slam and cry and everything. It's just like you felt like you was literally in the room with them.
Like it was like a story time, like how the Greeks used to have, like, oh, gather round, children, for I tell you a story of the mighty old death.
I was just I felt bad for the cave. And then you start crying. I'm like, oh my God. Like I was just like, wow, it's like overwhelming my ear. It was like an ear overload, but
it's like you're in the cave with them. Yo, I advise you, if you're gonna see that movie, I say see it in any type of special format. If you want to see it in IMAX, that's not 3D.
Don't see it.
Please do not see it in 3D. It's not even worth it. I don't even know why 3D is a thing.
It's never been worth it. They need to get rid of 3D.
It used to be worth it. Now it's just completely just washed out.
That was when CGI was still just coming out, and then they was
really trying to emphasize all it.
But now because everything's so like monotone or like just regular with they can't do that stuff. So just leave 3D, get rid of it.
But if anything, IMAX definitely. Dolby, amazing. Like you really, the immersion is so much more better because how loud the sound is, how immersive it feels. The sound is so much better inside Dolby. I definitely advise you to see it in either IMAX, Dolby, and if anything, if you can, go for the 70mm. Why not? 70mm.
You still can't explain what the 70mm is, but
go see it in 70mm. I'm gonna put down inside the description below what 70mm is. And you can decide if you want to go see it in 70mm. But I've sat there. Shut up. I've looked online and seen.
He sat there. You'll be hearing that a lot from him.
No, you will not.
He sat there. Yes.
Go anyway.
Oh, it's okay.
If you want to see it in 70mm, you can definitely see it in there. But I do advise IMAX and Dolby for sure. 100%.
Yeah, but then again, our theater was like they literally just finished building this new theater. Like everything was kind of standard in 3D in our theater, but they just put the Dolby Atmos thing in. So
and it didn't disappoint.
It did not.
It did not disappoint at all.
So if that's how it is across the board, yeah, I would suggest going to see Dolby Atmos in that format for this movie in particular, because this was an experience. This was truly a movie experience. I mean, I don't even know what else came out this weekend, but if anything
else did come out this weekend, it got blown away.
I would think, yeah.
You got blown away.
This movie, we've been eating good 2026 so far when it comes to movies, but this movie, I really liked it if you're an adventure action fan who likes mythology and stuff like that, this is your movie. Go and see it, and you won't be disappointed.
Not at all. Not even close. So honestly, final verdict, I'm going to have to give this movie a solid 8. I'm gonna have to give it a solid 8. The only negatives these aren't negatives towards the film itself. These are just personal negatives. Anytime you have any sort of Greek mythology, because that's my favorite mythos, I like to have some representation of the gods in one way or another. Like, there were certain scenes where they're like, oh, Poseidon doing this, Zeus doing that. You didn't really get anything. It was just more of, what they can do, what they control off of. So just keep that in mind,
I feel like you have too much of the Percy Jackson effect. The Percy Jackson effect where the gods walk among us. The gods are here, they walk among... No,
and God of War.
They speak to a select... And God of War, because we've had more
Clash of the Titans, War of the Titans.
Well, yeah, those are things.
Yeah, I'm telling you, when it comes to Greek mythology, I'll immediately go to it and watch it, and I just have that. I like some form of representation where we can see it and stuff like that. But that's more of a personal gripe for me. It's like I said, it's not anything towards the film. I still enjoyed it even without them being there and stuff like that. It's just a personal thing for me.
That's fair, because they did talk a lot about Poseidon.
They did.
There was nothing really with Poseidon. But I don't think we necessarily needed something with Poseidon. But I'm saying I get where you're coming from. So they did mention Poseidon a lot, but we didn't, there was nothing really with Poseidon. So
I changed that to a 9. So it's a small nitpick. Other than that, I can't really find anything that I really complain about. Pacing, really good. Characters, very well shown. World, amazing set pieces. It was just good all around. So yeah, just a 9 for me. I have to say a 9.
My goodness. Yeah, for me, my final grade, I'm going to have to go with a 10. I really think that this is masterclass in terms of just being able to have this entire cast of characters, and yet everybody felt important. And for those characters that didn't feel important, they weren't there for long. They weren't there for long at all. They just told their piece of the story, and then we got back to where the real interest lied. And it was I think, perfectly paced movie. I was not bored. I was entertained from beginning to end. And, in terms of character arcs as well, I think that it was just really, it was a unique story. I think it was a really unique story. It wasn't something that was like your cliche film. There was little bits and twists and turns, especially with the main characters, motives, and it's just different. I really like this movie. I do think this is one of my favorite Christopher Nolan films, and I recommend it to anybody, actually.
Yeah.
This was a really good movie.
No matter the age or anything, I would
say this is a more mature film. I wouldn't say no matter the age.
I
wouldn't take no 5-year-old kid to come and see this movie.
5-year-old
maybe if you have some interest,
like 12 years. Let's go 12 and
yeah. But they gotta show some interest towards they gotta be watching Percy Jackson or something.
Percy Jackson,
that show,
they
or something
just
in regards
have to have an
attention
span that's higher than 5 seconds. That's it.
I feel like this movie paces itself, especially with the cuts that they do. It's fair enough for anybody, actually.
You don't immediately switch over.
Because now that I say that, I will say that certain things did feel like it was moving a bit fast, and it was just mainly because of the cuts. Because it's like we'll be in one place, and then boom, next thing you know, we're in the ocean. I'm like, wait. Shouldn't we we're going from telling something a bit detailed, and now all of a sudden it's just okay, next setting, and it's like, all right, well, that kind of shifted me. But that was more or less in the beginning of the film. But as things went on from the middle to the end, everything was
from
paced
one
nicely.
end to the end of certain scenes and stuff and we cut at a perfectly good time.
Ithaca, that's the city's name. So I think they were just trying to get out of Ithaca really fast in the beginning part to get to Odysseus' part. So that's why it was kind of like, it just felt a little bit fast in the beginning. But
too much.
Yeah, nonetheless, I by the end I was really satisfied. 10 out of 10 for me.
9 out of 10 definitely for me.
Mm-hmm.
High 9, I will say that.
Yeah.
So I can't say nothing bad about this movie in my opinion.
No.
So yeah.
So that is our opinion, guys. Let us know what you guys think of the movie if you go to see it.
If you've seen it already, write down in the comments what you thought about it.
Yes, give us your verdict, give us a rating, tell us, what you thought. Stay tuned for more videos from us, guys. We made this channel. This is our couples channel. This is for us to have fun and just share our thoughts on different things and just go on different adventures and things and take you along with us for the ride and just have this as a nice little...
Y'all gonna be in a back seat. So hold on.
Backseat driving?
Backseat driving.
Yeah, you can take the front seat from time to time. You know what I'm saying? But
just don't drop me off anywhere.
Come along with us for the ride and we will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.
Deuces.